In Raid Shadow Legends, there is a lot of things that you can farm for. One of the things that are super important that you need to be paying attention to is your artifacts, and in particular, your accessories, your rings, for short. There is a ring for each faction, not a ring, but there are rings that are faction specific, and there are a lot of different variations, and this follows the same trend as your regular artifacts. But which ones should you keep? Which ones should you sell? Are the colors important? Or is the star level important? Let's get into it. Let's see if we can get a legendary out of here. Probably not. What is up, Raiders of Teleria? My name is Charlie. This is New Raiders Only, and the #1 place to get rings for the average player, the free-to-play player, the budget player, is going to be the Spider's Den. You can see that you have an opportunity to get a ring, amulet, or banner out of here, and the stage level difficulty of the Spider is going to determine the star rank of the accessory that you can get out of here. So, for example, Stage 4, you can get a 2 to 4 star ring or amulet, right? And as far as champions that you can use for this fight, well, you're in luck. If you use my URL in the description box down below or the QR code over there in the corner, you can get access to a couple of really, really strong champions. Pick the best starter champion, Kale. Choose the Desert Queen Day 1 new champion promo for Chonoru, or however you pronounce her name, and maybe get lucky with another area of effect champion here or there, and you're going to have a really, really good Spider defeating team. This dungeon boss is characterized by lots of baby spiders that do lots of poison damage. So if you have champions that can do continuous heal and debuff removal, like the Desert Queen, that's the Void champion, it's the special promo code for the month of May and into June. We also have Kale with lifesteal artifacts doing mass area of effect damage to these guys, and potentially having a self-sustaining soloable champion for this team. And then you get Uugo once you finish the tutorial, and that is a crazy good area of effect damage dealer that drops the enemy's defenses. You get Tagoar at level 15, which can revive and heal and speed up. Also, area of effect damage. You got a really, really good spider slaying team. And while this team is pretty effective, there is other options that you can use. There are, a lot of ways that you can defeat this dungeon boss and get to the high stage ranks, the high difficulties of this dungeon boss pretty quickly. I think I got a little lucky getting the Divine Center here. This guy that's his name, right? Divine Center. Pretty sure that's the name of this champion. He does low AoE damage, and his damage output is higher with the more enemies that are on the field. 5 or more, he gets a nice little boost to some of his abilities. He's going to be even stronger whenever I can ascend him and all of that. So check it out. I got a 3-star and a 3-star, a green and a gray. So let's take a quick look at these. Now, we have main stat health, okay, and then we have attack as an off stat. So the first thing that you want to pay attention to is the star rank, okay? The 3, 4, 5, and 6 star rank artifacts are going to be the ones you're going to want to pay attention to early on. If you can get higher, then stick to 4-star and higher. If you can get higher than that, then 5 and 6 stars. Ultimately, 5 and 6 stars are going to be the rings that you want to pay attention to. That's going to play into the number of substats that you get access to. So 3-star, right? You eventually will have 3 substats. Health makes this more of a tankier defensive ring, right? The health main stat. And you have attack here. Attack is going to always be good. But for a ring that starts off with health as the main stat, you really want to have other defensive stats on here. The gray only shows 1 stat, and there's not any other substats there, so we're not going to really worry about that too much. I'm going to back out and look at some of the other rings that we've looted. We're going to go into the champion, and let's take a look at Kale's ring. This is the only ring that I got for the Dark Elves so far. Oh, just kidding. I got another one right here. It's a common ring. We don't need to. We can sell that one. So you can see I have a defense ring right here, and the first stat is defense. The second one was health. The third stat being attack. That's okay. The point of it is having a ring that kind of is a specific archetype. So a defensive ring. So health percentage, defense percentages, and the substats of health and defense resistance. That kind of things. And then you have, let's see if I can, health, defense, health. Really, really strong ring here. Attack and health, not so good, right? We went attack, and now we go with the defensive stat. How about this one? Defense, defense, health. Great ring. Great ring right there. Let's take a look at the Sylvan Watchers. Okay, attack. The first stat being defense and health is not great. Let's see if we can get, nope. Defense and health, okay, not too bad. Dwarfs, attack, defense, not good. Not good. For an offensive ring, right, an attacking champion ring for your nukers or your area of effect damage dealers, right, you're going to want attack percentage, bonus stats, which I do have one of those here, but you also want the flat attack stat if possible on here. I'm not even sure if that can roll. Attack and then attack percentage, not a bad start to a ring, but 2 defense stats, not great. I would like to have seen a flat attack and that attack percentage. That would have made this a perfect ring to keep and level up. Let's see if we can get any that's kind of a perfect situation here. Doesn't look like we do. So a lot of the grade tier ones and the 2-star and the 3-stars, we're just going to sell. Okay, we're just going to sell. So you have the defensive rings, you have the offensive rings, but generally speaking, here are the main tips for, what rings to keep and what rings to kind of get rid of. Always prioritize rings with matching substats to their primary stat. Okay, so again, if you have a attack stat, main stat, then a ring that has an attack percentage as a substat is really good. Rarity, okay, legendary rings obviously are the best rings that you can get, but a rare ring or an epic ring like this violet one right here are definitely worth keeping if the substat rolls are on par, if they're right. So you pay attention to the substats and then the rarity, and then in the end game, you're going to want to refine your gear, and that's going to be one of the number one stats that you can recommend for other players, is to not just sit on the same set of artifacts for your entire play. So what do I mean by that? Well, Kale here, one of the free things that you get for playing the game, and progression. Okay, let's claim that. Let's see. It's the daily login. Nope, not this one. You can see I'm on day 5 of this account. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see. New player rewards. Here we go. So for logging in for the first 7 days that you log in, you get some nice lifesteal artifacts, okay? And you can get lifesteal artifacts in other places. I'm not even sure exactly which of the dungeon bosses is the best for lifesteal. Maybe it's the Fire Knight. I don't know, really. And I think that there might be a campaign boss that gives lifesteal as well. Yeah. There, as you get new artifacts, if it's got a higher rarity than the ones you've got, like anytime I get an epic or a 5-star of any artifact, I go and I look and I see, hey, do I have like Uugo? You want speed on Uugo. So I recently got a 5-star weapon that was a little bit better than the one that I had before. I got a 5-star boot, which had a really nice defensive roll with speed as the substat. I would love to see speed as the main stat, but that's okay. I haven't really got an opportunity to upgrade these 1, 2, and these 2-stars, but I did get this shield. Again, pretty solid defenses. Always be upgrading your artifacts. It's something that you can't forget to do. Okay, so yeah, I hope everybody is doing well with their artifacts ring farming. And let me know in the comment section down below, what is the best ring that you've pulled as a new player? I love you all. Good luck in Teleria.